Okay, welcome back to the Rock and Roll channel with Stevie Breech once again, man. And we got a big one this week. We're gonna get right into it. Stevie, welcome back. Not even welcome back. It's
Where's
just as
our
much your
normal?
show these
I
days.
just set my calendar around this.
What's that?
I just set my calendar around this. This is our normal.
Awesome. Me too now, because it's just been so much fun doing this. But big week of wrestling this week.
Yeah,
Lot to talk about. Lots happened in the wrestling world. Um, we got topics obviously that everyone's thinking about, but who knows? We tend to go off on tangents, which makes the show even better. So Raw this past Monday, obviously tonight is the go home show for Dynamite, leading up to these weekend shows of Saturday Night Main Event on Saturday. WWE is obviously putting that on, and I still remember watching that as a kid. And for AEW Double or Nothing, which was supposed to be their major pay-per-view of the year, but it isn't now, but it should be. So that being said, Steve, you did a great video on Raw, and you really liked the episode. So I'll admit I've been so carried away with hockey playoffs that I haven't given my full attention to wrestling. So if I'm critical, it's also with a somewhat of a blind eye. But man, talk about Raw, what you thought of it, man. I know you were very complimentary of it.
we gotta address the elephant in the room. Very first thing, we both thinking World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso today. I honestly have a stack of T-shirts that I have not hung up in a while, but Jey Uso was sitting on top, and I guess I just pulled the same one that you did right there, so we're good to go.
Yeah, that was your WrestleMania Night 1 shirt.
Yeah.
I saw his video today with Make a Wish Kid.
Oh, really?
And it like touched me so much.
Oh, that is awesome.
And so I know some people say, well, they have to do it. I mean, you could see he wanted to be there, and he was really choked up with the kid. And it's just, I said, I'm definitely wearing a Jey Uso shirt tonight.
It's probably not the first like Make-A-Wish kid that he's met. Like he's probably been in the back and like they've been there, but it might be like one of the first ones that actually wanted to meet him. So that's probably pretty damn cool that somebody said like I want to meet Jey Uso.
He was choked up and told the kid at the end, I love you, and then said, you're in the bloodline now.
I'm gonna have to make sure I go out of my way to find that.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. It's like right on their main Instagram. Oh, and he posted it too.
That's really
if you're looking for it easily, just go on their Instagram. It's right there.
But Monday Night Raw was a really good show. Storyline from beginning to end. A couple of Money in the Bank qualifiers. The women's match really I guess they were both women's matches, but the first one with Roxanne getting the win over Becky Lynch, I was really surprised. And then of course Rhea Ripley, as soon as I saw her that she was going to be in the match, I was like, she's probably winning this whole darn thing. They're probably going to do a Mommy in the Bank thing and build that up. Hopefully that means she'll have.
What did you call it?
Mommy in the Bank.
Oh, I don't know if you meant that like indirectly or not. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, and we already saw her at the end of last week, staring at EO and the championship, and then basically telling her like, "I'm coming for that." So it's going to be cool to see how she keeps her friendship with EO Sky, but yet she has to separate that she wants to be the champion and she wants to be the main woman in WWE. So that stuff it's really fun. That's coming up soon. Money in the Bank is like June. I want to say June 7th, somewhere in there. It's that first weekend.
2 weeks from Saturday.
Yeah, and then they're keeping. They told us about the Gunther match again right off the bat, with Gunther coming out and basically coming out and talking to Logan Paul, which then led to Jey Uso, and then they made sure to tell you the date of the match. They even told you where the match was going to be.
Yeah.
They are making that match the night after, well, 2 nights after on Raw, really mean something, to the point I think it's going to be a cash-in. As of right now, I'm really thinking that Sami Zayn will win the Money in the Bank. And then Sami Zayn will have to cash in against Jey Uso because more than likely, I love Logan Paul. I think that at Saturday night's main event, we're going to see Uso beat Paul.
Yeah.
Then go to the match on Raw. We'll see Uso upset Gunther again. Gunther go like batshit crazy and just beat the crap out of him that he's embarrassed that he's lost not once but twice. And then Sammy, he has Money in the Bank.
Right.
Jey Uso's laid out on the floor. That's his friend. But he wants to be champion. We saw it in his eyes the night after Monday Night Raw. The night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
During the Yeet celebration, he stopped. He's looking at the belt. He's looking at Jay. And he's
there was some foreshadowing.
I want this. And I think he's going to take it. And it might not turn Sammy heel. We don't need a main heel on Raw because we've already got Seth. We've already got Braun. We don't need to have another one. Hell, you can throw Gunther into that too. But I mean, you could at least have a good guy.
And you got Logan Paul.
That looks like a bad guy because he just stole his best friend's belt. But I mean,
why can't this be like Brett and Davey Boy Smith at SummerSlam?
Oh, that's
two baby faces put on a classic. Well, Brett did 90% of the work, but we won't go there. But it was a match we didn't care that both were babyface. Yeah. I understand there was significance there of Davey Boy back in England, and it was at Wembley. But man, Sammy and Jay, I mean, you got a 4-year storyline, 5-year storyline ready to go. Because Gunther gets the champion rematch. That's what he's using that night.
Yeah, I think that's really, really good. And then I think it's cool that they're not just coming out and telling us, like, if you lose, you immediately get the rematch. Like they kind of plan it and tell you, like, where it's going to be. So I guess the guy can train. He can study the tape. It's not going to be a surprise or something like that. So there's no really distinct advantage. And plus, they build up a big Monday Night Raw with the main event that you're hyped for. So, and
that's the first one on the road to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's always a big Raw. I like that too. I mean, now that you say that, because I used to hate champion rematch. Set up the match at 8:00 and 10:00 was the match.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the business moved fast, but 2 hours.
I
love how they're hyping it up. Hey, and then it's also a great way to sell tickets in Phoenix. You're gonna see this match.
Yeah, I really think
that's smart business.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I've been watching wrestling for a long time, and I kind of really think that I'm hitting the hammer like right on the nail on the head, and I think this is it. I think that's what's going on. I think that's why they're really hyping that match up. And I mean, Saturday night's main event hasn't happened. Money in the Bank hasn't happened, and they're talking about a Raw the first week of June. Like, hey, come on,
John. No, I'll be Frosted Yeats, baby.
Oh, there we go.
Even though I love Prime. So
this
good.
is a big week for wrestling. I mean, I think AEW is tonight, and then and then NXT is a pay-per-view or whatever tomorrow. Then we've got Friday is AEW again. The
Collision is Friday, right?
Yeah, and then we have Saturday night's main event. Then we have Double or Nothing. Then we have Raw on Monday, and then NXT Tuesday. Yeah, and we just keep going round and round and round.
There's so much material to talk about. I mean, you and I could probably do it regardless because we're kind of marks like that. But they've served it up for us.
Yeah, I'm honest. Like, I don't want to say I had to force myself because I had a lot of fun doing it. But I mean, I had to talk myself into, like, last year was the year of wrestling. Like, we're going to go to WrestleMania. We're not going to show up and not know what's going on. So I really started watching Raw, and I don't watch SmackDown every week, but, you know, as a wrestling fan, you feel like you got to watch everything. Right now, I'm not watching any NXT. I turned on AEW last week because we kind of talked about it last week, and I kind of thought about the cage match, and I thought there was no chance in hell that, you know, Samoa Joe was going to win, but, like, what if? But, like, I don't know what's going on in that company. And it doesn't even seem like the same company that I went and saw in Sacramento like a few months ago, right before Revolution. It seems like I admit that I don't watch it, but it just seems like everything's just sucked out of it. Like there doesn't seem like a lot of fun going on.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I think I was telling you before we started, man. Thank you for segueing this for me. When I found WWE unwatchable and during the pandemic, during 2021-ish, at times, I told myself, why do I got to sit through this whole show? Or even if I DVR it, fast forward through X parts, they're going to serve up the best parts that I need to know on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll just watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that with AEW now.
I got you.
I caught everything I needed with MJF last week in the Hurt Syndicate, which I think is the best storyline going there, which is a credit to him.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll get into later, but I just don't. Yeah, we're WWE. I'm like, I'm interested in Raw from start to finish. I don't find they used to be on Raw, man. You would say this, it was like 20 minutes during the show or 30 minutes that was just like a filler spot.
Yeah.
Some interview, some backstage. It never translated. It just, let's get somebody on TV or just, I don't know, just a match. Every match means something now on Raw.
You want to know what they do at the beginning of the show, which seems so easy, but it makes it seem like it's a big deal, even though like the last few weeks they've been in Nebraska, they've been in South Carolina. The way they start the show now, instead of showing like the wrestlers just walking in the parking lot, they show the actual building on like drone footage.
Yeah, I love it.
They're talking about going to Fanatics Fest. They show where that's at. Or they're talking about where Raw is going to be next week. Even though nobody's there, they show the arena. And I think that makes them look major league. It makes them look big time, that they're running kind of big places. Then people care about what's going on. I don't know why that seems cool, but it works.
They're bringing the big fight feel each and every Monday now.
Yeah.
UFC always did a great job in their broadcast where they would show at one point during the show, at least, like, we're here live at the whatever arena or stadium. And you felt it. Yeah. They're doing that now with Raw's in Greenville tonight. And it's just.
Do you remember when Raw used to do it during like the middle of the show? And they would show what the outside of the arena looked like. And it's like nobody's out there. And it's like, it made it look like nobody cared because everybody's already in the arena.
Right.
Like, at least do it, like, show what it was like people getting in the arena. Like, people like, I'm going to get in there. I got to get in that merch line.
I used to love when Nitro would interview fans outside the arena.
Oh, that's cool.
And now I'm not trying to put myself over because I was once interviewed at Monday Night Nitro.
Oh, I
have to send you the clip of it. 1998, Jacksonville, Florida.
I want to hear like you getting interviewed at a Nitro party.
I was at a Nitro party one time and another time. I don't know how I can find it. But yeah, they were in Tallahassee for a Nitro party. They were doing the college tour. It was Disco Inferno, 3 counts. I know them, and some Nitro girls. And I was at that party, and they just showed like clips of it. They came somehow Tallahassee the night before uncensored, which was 6 hours away.
That's really cool.
But yeah, Hurricane Helms, all of them, and Shannon Moore, and I've joked with Shannon Moore about that since then.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe
because we just got to get drunk and go to colleges for like 2 months. It was awesome.
I can't believe you're gonna forget Evan Courageous' name.
Evan Courageous, Shannon Moore, and the leader of the group was not Disco. It was Helms, Courageous, and Shannon Moore.
Yeah. Everybody like talks about like Courageous like was a jerk and nobody liked him, and that's why his career went nowhere when WCW closed. But when I was watching, I thought Courageous was the best one of them all. Either it was all
he was the best talker.
It seemed like he was a star. It was like we just need to get rid of those other 2 guys.
He was the leader of the group.
Yeah, but
which is crazy to say that now. Where Helms is, look what he did after that.
Yeah,
with the Hurricane Run. But yeah, but it's funny when you bring that up to them. They're like, you remember the Nitro party?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But man, what a blast from the past there. Yes, John, I did put myself over a little bit there. It's all right, man. Thank you. I don't want to toot my own horn, as Scott Hall would say, but toot. So yeah, Raw's doing it right. And I got to give you credit. You could have put yourself over there like I just did a couple minutes ago. You called the whole Roxanne Perez scenario. I did happen to watch that, and everything you said happened there. So, what was your take on that?
Well, first of all, I want to give thanks to the Masked Man show before I steal their joke. But even as I was watching the show, those were some weak ass chicken tenders. Those were like
Tyson's.
McDonald's chicken nuggets. Like
They were like bad Tyson ones.
they must have thought of that last minute. And then the show even like emphasized why were they in like a gift box that you would get at like Macy's to wrap up a sweater in? Why weren't they on a plate or anything else that they could have done? But yeah, there's a few different ways. I really loved how happy Finn was when Raquel was like, Liv's gonna hear about this, and he's like, oh, I hope. So
tell her it's a good thing.
I still think that they could go in the direction that Finn's trying to set Dom up to cheat while Liv is away. But when you saw them walk into the arena that night, I don't know if that was just on Twitter or if they actually showed it on the show. Dom is so far removed from the Judgment Day. I don't know if he's getting a big head because he won the Intercontinental title or if he had to stop to tie his shoe, but he was like 10 feet behind him. He was with him, but he wasn't in the pack of them. So I think he's already separating himself.
His star power is through
the Judgment Day. So we could be going towards, a face turn for Liv and Dom. We could just be slamming the door to make sure that Liv is a bigger star and Raquel Perez just moves into her spot with Dom.
That could happen because I don't know if I said this last week or not, but word is Liv has a chance to be the next it thing in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
They loved her work in a movie she was doing or something, and she's being talked about heavily there. And she's 38, 39, whatever, so she probably happy to slow down anyway a little bit too, even though she's on a great storyline with Dom.
Yeah.
So they need someone to fill in her role.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel's perfect. She looks great next to Dom.
I like her a lot. And if you go
Not
back,
Raquel, I'm sorry, Roxanne.
Yeah. If you go back to the Elimination Chamber, I actually picked her to win it. Because she seemed like, she was on a little hot streak. She had a run with Bailey as the door closed on her in NXT. In the Royal Rumble, they kept talking about how long of a run she had, and I was like, I think they're gonna push her to the moon. And she wasn't in the WrestleMania picture. She was gone for a little bit, it seemed like, but it's like they're just picking her up and just running with it again. I don't think she's gonna win Money in the Bank, but I think that's awesome that she's gonna be in the match.
Yeah, I think that, but I think she's also part of a top storyline though.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen it again. I don't want to steal that, like they're gonna do the same finish over and over and over again. But what if things progress between her and Dom, and that is the return of Liv? Is basically she's climbing the ladder to grab the briefcase, and Liv runs down and tips that thing over. Like you're not gonna win this briefcase and steal my man. Like
because I think Liv wants to be there for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
for A, that payday, and B, she could take time off after that to do her movies and all that stuff. Which isn't that kind of crazy? We're talking about Liv Morgan, like in the way we talk about Rock and Cena and other people now.
I thought this was all like a made up storyline that all of a sudden out of the blue, she says on Raw she's going to be in a movie, and then the next day all of the dirt sheet headlines are like, they love her, she's going to be a big star, and it's like, I didn't even know she wanted to be an actress.
I found that like that day or the day before it was starting to come out that she's really like a big buzz right now there. I mean, who knows? And WWE, to their credit, said, let's use it in a storyline.
That's it.
They never would have done that before. They didn't like to blur the lines that much. So I think that's cool. And then if she takes time off after SummerSlam for stuff, she doesn't really need to be there till Survivor Series.
Oh, I get that.
Or Rumble. Whenever. But so that makes sense. Do the Roxanne thing, and then Roxanne kind of sides with Dom.
Yeah.
because they did tease that it seemed like he was the one that she was trying to impress the most. And then
Yeah.
she gave Carlio some apples.
Slap those things away,
which was funny. But it's funny how they struggled with the chicken segment there when they were in Greenville, South Carolina, and there are so many chicken fast food joints there. I've been there.
Why didn't she give anything to JD? Or is the thought that JD is so close to Finn that like no matter where Finn goes, he's gonna go too?
Well, Finn's setting up Dom for something.
I just thought it's funny that Carlito got something and JD didn't.
Yeah, and now we're gonna move. I'm gonna move on to Saturday Night Main Event a little bit. If that's okay.
Okay.
I gotta give you credit again, man. I guess it's put over Stevie Breech night. You made a great comment where you thought it was really going to be R-Truth and Cena at Saturday Night Main Event. And you said, I'm sure Cena asked for this match because the storylines are all going to his requests, which it should be. We'll talk more in depth Saturday Night Main Event, the other matches, but Stars or Oilers. I'm rooting for Dallas because they're in America, but Edmonton's damn good. Yeah, so what do you think about that match? R-Truth Cena taking on his childhood hero.
I started thinking about it a little bit too much while I was working the other day and kind of wondering like what is the reason why they're doing this match? And I'm really leaning towards what if Cena, who's been asking for stronger competition, like just beats up R-Truth in 2 minutes, but then just prolongs the match, almost like SummerSlam 2012 against Brock when it was just suplex after suplex after
Roman and Jay.
Yeah.
I forgot what pay-per-view it was. He just beat him down for 15 minutes and like people were begging for mercy.
Yeah. And then what if just Cody comes down and is like, whoa, enough, man. Like let's end this. And then we have our setup for SummerSlam. Because I just don't see Cody making his return to Raw or SmackDown without Cena in the building and like calling him out. I think that Cody's character has to face the man face to face, say, you beat me, you're not going to beat me again. Okay. I want a match at SummerSlam. So I really think that's the reason why they're having the match. I think that we could be seeing Cody return at Saturday night's main event. And plus
setting him up to be in Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that well, no, because I don't think John's gonna work.
But Cody can work Money in the Bank.
I think he just sets up.
So John's not doing it. Roman's not doing it. Who's your biggest star in it, Jey Uso?
I don't know. I
mean, who knows when Roman's coming back? We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm Cody and Roman are both not going to be in the Money in the Bank. I could see Cody pulling a Cena where he wins Money in the Bank and just uses his cash in for a one-on-one match at SummerSlam.
There we go. I mean,
but Cena doesn't play by the rules now.
Yeah, when John won it, he came out and he told Punk like, "Hey, Raw 1000,
right?
Match, let's go." It wasn't no surprise in the back or nothing like that. It was just we're having a match. Let's get this done.
And Braun Strowman did that too.
Oh, there you
go. He uses. So I could see Cody doing that. Because he's such a baby face.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what their plans are? It's interesting. We've heard nothing to about a Cody return. You're the first one who really talked about it today.
Well, his face is on the SummerSlam poster, so you got to think.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about a run-in Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, I just don't see Cody returning, and like he lost the last time we saw him. I just don't see him like dragging his coat to the ring and just being like, "Oh shucks, guys." I think he would want to call out the guy to his face.
Yeah, that's the Cody way. So that makes sense. It all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Jay main event the show as champ.
Yeah,
and just drive the internet wrestlers fans nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love that. But you still need one of your bigger stars on Money in the Bank's a big show. You're in the Intuit Dome in LA or whatever it's called, Intuit Arena. You got to have some star power there.
Yeah, big time.
So you're not having it there to just have a routine night.
I started thinking like if Cena would be there, like it's the first place that he's going back to on this retirement tour, second show in LA. Would they do the same shirt again, or would they make a new shirt? And then I was starting to think like maybe they'll do Lakers colors. And then I was wondering like, would the Clippers be like, hey, no, you can't sell that, purple and gold in
No,
here?
they'll do Clippers.
Oh, red, white, and blue.
That's cheating. Or they just do LA Kings. He can come out in black and white.
Oh, there we go.
But that's a different arena too.
Oh,
it's got to be Clippers.
mhm.
And then they get a cheaper rate for being there.
That's it.
Yeah.
I saw the Tampa one that he's going to be wearing is like that creamsicle orange from the bad days of the Bucks.
My friend John, who's been chatting away tonight, and I appreciate. He's a diehard Bucks fan.
I hope
he's the guy who hates Cena more than
John's in the chat now.
Yeah.
As a Bucks fan, do you love the creamsicle or do you remember bad days?
Put it like this: he hates John Cena with an unbridled passion.
I
mean, it's a long story. When I first met him, he that was like how he introduced himself. Hi, I'm John, and I hate John Cena. That's how it was with him. But he sent me the creamsicle pictures.
That's awesome.
And he said to me he was actually tempted to buy him all that stuff because he loves it that much. And I was like, wow. And I wouldn't judge him for it, but I was like, that's when you love that color.
Yeah.
That's why. Is Cena doing Raw too in Tampa or just Saturday main event? They're kind of doing this weekend for him because he lives there.
Where's SmackDown? Is SmackDown there as well? Is he getting a
two? Oh, Raw's not in Tampa.
Oh, it's not there? Oh, then I'm not
trying to think. They're doing, you'd think you'd know this, Jeremy. Yeah, I think it's 4 shows. It's SmackDown, Saturday main event, Battleground, and I think Raw. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me check. I know they're doing I don't want to call it a residency. I know I'm missing one. Okay, here we go. I got it right here. It is okay. Okay. Yes. It's Friday Night SmackDown and Raw. Yes. Which is interesting. They're doing it at the smaller buildings in a smaller building in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing one at where the Lightning play, but the rest are where University of South Florida.
There we go.
Place. So it'll look good on TV for Saturday main event.
I'm pumped for that.
That's where the Royal Rumble was. That I think that Sean eliminated Owen.
Oh, okay.
Or it was one of the 2 that Sean won. I forgot which one. But was there in that small building.
Very cool.
I'm a historian like that. So yeah, we thought I'm rooting for R-Truth. I'm so happy he's in a main event.
I get that. I really
I just love the guy, man. I didn't think I could love him any more than I already did, but then meeting him took it to another level in Vegas. He's the type of guy in 1 minute you can be like, I love this guy.
I want to see him lose this match, and then the next time we see him, he's still the big John Cena fan. It doesn't change anything. He didn't get to beat some sense into him, but it's the same way I feel about Hulk Hogan. That I always whenever I start talking about him, I apologize. I say, if you don't like him, I understand, but I can't turn that off. He was so much of my childhood that
I dare somebody to tell me not to like Hulk Hogan. You're entitled to like whoever you. That's the nice thing of wrestling. Like whoever you want, dislike whoever you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll never say how could you do that. And it's with Hulk with me. He's the reason I'm talking to you right now in a wrestling live stream. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. If it's not for him, we're not having this wrestling talk. I'm absolutely convinced. My friends that I've made through wrestling, I wouldn't know if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon.
There we go.
Are they perfect? No.
You're gonna tell me that at WrestleCon where we were, if Vince McMahon set up a table, he wasn't going to have a line out the front door of that hotel.
Vince would have had to have a private room with private rooms for like the first 50 to 100 people.
That's true.
It's just crazy. Same with Hulk. Look at his lines, man. His last meet and greet. Yeah, it was like a free picture with him.
Yeah.
Line out the door. Yeah, so I mean that's why I just ignore haters. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to talk a little AEW with you.
Oh,
and everything's with the caveat that I don't really watch it as much as I used to. I'll go on YouTube tonight after we chat and catch up what I missed on the Go Home show. I don't get the reasoning behind a lot of their storylines. I was looking at the card right before we went on air, and there's only 6 matches listed for the pay-per-view. Now I guess they're gonna have more tonight, and I guess Friday before.
Yeah,
but I mean, just looking at this card, it's a Dynamite, it's a Rampage type card. I'll give you first match: Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet, 2 great workers in a stretcher match.
No,
okay. I love both guys, but still, it's not like it. That's a match you could see on Dynamite. Yeah. FTR, who are heels now, was Stokely against Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
I think that people will be pumped to see McGuinness.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can get the win here. I just don't. His tag team partner doesn't make the most amount of sense to me. I don't know. I think that if I was going to bring him back and it was going to be a retirement match or, his last match, or at least bringing him back off the announce table, he would have had a bigger star with him to be there with him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Timeless Tony Storm in an AEW title match against Mina Shirakawa. And people love Tony Storm. I mean, they just do.
I think she can do anything she wants to right now.
I agree. Whether you like her or not, you have to appreciate the body of work she has doing this character. Okay, the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus the Sons of Texas.
We hurt people.
They hurt people against the Lone Star State of Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah. Goodbye. Yeah.
That was something. Who was it? Well, Baron Corbin. Now he goes by Bishop Dyer. I think he was talking on Busted Up, and he said it somewhere where he was talking about the Hurt Syndicate, and he's like, they look like $1 million on TV, and then every tag team that's across from them looks like a bunch of slops.
Yeah, they don't really have anything to go up against those guys. I mean, they're just run that whole division until we see them go into the ring against a team like FTR or something like that. But them both being heels doesn't make a lot of sense.
Correct. But I've never been a hater of the idea of a heel match or a babyface mamatch. Okay, Women's Owen Hart Foundation Cup final. Jamie Hayter takes on Mercedes Moné, and the winner earns a AEW Women's title shot. What do you think of that match?
I
don't care. Went to see Mercedes Moné. I go next. And then the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup final. We can talk about this. Hangman Adam Page versus Ospreay.
I think that it might not be the main event. It might not be for a championship. It's definitely not even the whatever the next match you're going to talk about is the arena match, but I can't remember what they call it there. But
Anarchy in the Arena.
It's going to be the most important match of the night. Basically, I think the Ospreay is going to get a big win here against Hangman, and then hopefully, I'm not sure if you get a title shot out of this. I think he's going to be the guy to finally beat Moxley and end this whole keeping the title hostage, putting the title in a briefcase, and AEW can move on to the next thing. When people talk about WCW, one of the things people love to bring up is the NWO was probably one of the biggest angles in wrestling history, but WWE did not know how to end it. There was no WCW wins. It just the NWO just lagged on, and then they
700 members.
They logged on, and they got back together, and then there was a reunite. They reunited again, and just there was no finish. I mean, when you book something to get heat against your company, that somebody's going to come in and beat you and say we're better than you, you need a moment of when you beat those guys and they run back to where they came from.
That's true. My friend's doing a lot of hockey references now. Okay. So that's it for there. I really don't have much to say about it. I mean, obviously with an Osprey on the card,
yeah,
you're guaranteed to get one good match. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anarchy in the Arena, I guess we'll find out tonight about.
I think it's the Young Bucks. I don't.
The Young Bucks.
So many people in the ring last week. I don't know if Moxley and Joe are in this match. I don't know. I would think that Swerve's going to be in there.
Yeah, I don't. And he's releasing his shoe, so he's going to be.
Okada and shoot, who ran Okada off? Somebody ran Okada off, and that made me think that was going to be a singles match, and they weren't going to be in the match. But yeah, it was really weird to have like 20 guys in the ring to end last week after they name a match is going to be there, and you don't really know who's in the match.
Right. So we'll find out more about that. So man, I'll admit, I just wanted to get the AEW stuff out of the way, and I hope that changes where we're more motivated to talk about them in the future.
Yeah, people can watch whatever they want to watch as long as you're watching wrestling. You're cool with me, and I'm sure we can carry on a conversation. It's not the Civil War if you like these guys or those guys. I mean,
wouldn't you want every wrestling? If you're a wrestling fan, wouldn't you want every company to succeed?
Yeah,
that means more wrestling for you, more opportunities for wrestlers, and more growth in the product.
That's it.
I don't understand the whole rooting for a company to fail thing.
No,
like why? So you can say, yeah, haha. Like we saw how well that worked out when WCW failed.
Yeah.
So
they
I don't get that. All right, so I'm going to circle back to Saturday Night Main Event. 4 matches listed there. Obviously, they're running to take away any momentum from AEW, and they even have their one booked after that on the same day as All in Texas.
There you go.
But you know what? That's business. I know some people are like that's wrong what they're doing. Like, why? Watch what you want to watch.
Yeah.
That shows to me that they're alert and want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so I'm going to go through the 4 matches here. We talked about some of them, but there's some good matches, man. Basically for a show on Peacock.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start with Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre steel cage match. It's time for this storyline to end.
Okay, I get that part because I think it is the blow off, but then where do they go? Whoever wins, they can't get a title shot because we've already got the world heavyweight title all gunked up, and there's no way they're skipping Cody Rhodes and getting a shot at Cena.
No.
So I mean, either way, Priest wins. I don't know where he goes. McIntyre, I don't know where he goes. So
I'm always curious of Drew's contract situation.
Oh, I think he ain't going nowhere.
I don't think so either. If he signed the last time, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I think it is time to blow it off, but I don't know where they're going. I mean, you would think whoever wins this feud would be in the hunt, but there's no hunt to get anywhere. Especially last pay-per-view, they were fighting for the U.S. Championship. Maybe they go down. Maybe they're trying to make the belts look bigger.
Right.
Maybe whoever wins this goes and fights Jacob Fatu. I mean, Seth has won the Intercontinental Championship before, and nobody thought anything about it. It's just sometimes you're not in the main event, but you just gotta show up.
Sometimes also make the belts you have mean something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've seen wrestlers with a belt that's kind of like a filler title, or I hate to say that term, but a belt that doesn't get much attention, but they did such a good job with it, you tuned in.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn's done that in the past. Ziggler's done that. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
R-Truth took a 24/7 title that everyone laughed at to no end.
Oh, you got like
made people interested. Yeah, and only he could have done that, but still, It can be done. Okay. CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Baker. I think
This
it's going to be good.
just about destruction. I mean, it's just going to be guys beating each other up. Sadly, I think Seth and Braun have to win this match.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to say you're dominating Raw, you got to dominate this match. You got to win. And I wouldn't be surprised if somehow just some friction comes between CM Punk and Sami Zayn, where
they've teased that can they stay partners. I would not be surprised to see that at SummerSlam or at some point, or Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
They've teased like, can we work together?
Yeah,
that usually leads to a split of some regard. But who knows what the new thought process there?
That's it.
So okay, I think we talked about this. We're going to get right into it as well. Jey Uso, the champion, taking on Logan Paul from YouTube fame. I'm just kidding, Logan Paul.
I want Logan to win this match.
What?
I just I think Logan Paul is like my
take off that shirt. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that Logan Paul is like my favorite guy in WWE, and
wow,
when it really started. I'll admit it. Like, I buy Prime, but when I was buying Prime, I didn't even know what it was. I just thought it tasted good. I've never watched this guy's YouTube videos back in the day. I've heard headlines about him, but I didn't know who he was. He just showed up. I thought he was going to be a one and done actor, and that comes into wrestling. And that guy's good. That's all I can say. Is that guy is good. And he made a promise on the first Raw on Netflix when they ran a promo for him, and he was just standing there front row, and he was like, "This is my full-time gig." And I think he honestly has kept that up. I know that there was headlines he was going to have a boxing match this summer. I don't know if maybe he loses this match and then he goes and trains for it or something like that, or maybe the thing fell apart and it's not even going to happen anymore. But
you can be full-time and still take time off.
Yeah,
there's a gray area there.
Yeah, I think that what he's doing right now is awesome, and I'll tell you the truth, like, it doesn't fit with what I've kind of thought was going to happen at this, but when that match is going down, I would be popping and going crazy cheering for Logan Paul to win that match.
Wow, I didn't have that on my bingo card tonight. But hey, that's wrestling for you. That's awesome. Okay, last but not least, John Cena takes on the man who worshipped him as a child.
This match seems like when you get the new video game and you want to make sure the controls are just right, this is the match that you pull up. Like, the practice is John Cena. You just beat the hell out of R-Truth. I mean, I love the guy. It makes sense, but I don't know.
I'm so glad he's getting this match, though.
It
gives him a great payday. It gives him just a little spotlight that he will never probably have the rest of his career.
That's right.
So good for him. We forget R-Truth in his mid-50s.
Good God.
It's unbelievable.
I don't want to think of a WWE without R-Truth. I mean, I don't either. I'm going to say they're going to fall apart or anything.
It's like, I'm okay with that Undertaker, but R-Truth, man, I draw the line there. I'm okay.
Pops up, something fun is always going to happen.
Yes, and he's that guy. I think Mox said this about him after he left.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, God bless him, I love Ron, but there's nothing he won't do for the company.
Yeah.
That's probably unusual these days.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Cena's going to win. But I could see Orton popping up in the storyline. I could see Cody coming back, like you said. Mm-hmm. I think this is a match to set up something.
Yeah.
And Cena wanted to have a match in Tampa where he lives.
Mm-hmm. Either that or he just gets to just say, like, I need better competition. I'm telling you, listen to me. Like, my plan is to win this out and leave with this belt. Your job is to try and take this thing from me. Yeah,
and of course, he
wants to people to remember this run as one of his biggest.
Yeah, and of course, people played into it today, and so many of Cena IG's posts have nothing to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
But he put a post today of Leonardo DiCaprio on Wolf of Wall Street doing I'm not going anywhere posts.
That's it.
I'm not effing leaving. So everyone's like, I'm like, dude, he said he was gonna have a one-on-one with Stone Cold at WrestleMania. It never happened. Like don't read into everything he does. But I think he's having fun with this run, and he deserves it, man. Like, They showed him over the weekend in Philadelphia. He was just having fun there at the meet and greets, and he's a pro's pro.
Oh yeah.
He was even taking pictures with people where he would do the hug like he did with
Oh, I
Cody.
saw that
And
too.
look at The Rock, like
I
how he was doing the face. Like,
do that. Like I don't know how I would bring it up.
yeah. Hey, can we do the Cody Rock? It's a Cody you hug.
That's it. And
He
even
did
like
it. Yeah.
found a way to lock his eye on the camera so like you wouldn't be like having half his head or anything like that.
Yeah, he did it perfect. Oh, he's a pro. But I think they're going to be two good shows setting up the stuff we need to know about. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I hope they have a good show. AEW or nothing. They need something to spark them. You don't have to have some crazy match where Adam Copeland jumps off top of a cage to justify something.
Mm-hmm.
Have a surprise, have a return. They need a shot in the arm. AEW.
Is there even a free agent that's out there right now that?
I mean,
There's this.
they have a great roster, but just think you got to start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do that. I don't know. You got to do something big for Swerve. He's got a shoe coming out. Which is he's got a Reebok shoe. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Tony Khan, like, if he's listening to us talk, he's like, you know how much money I'm making off HBO Max now? Like, I care what you two jabronis think about on a YouTube show.
Oh man, did you listen to all the people? I don't know what podcast you listen to, but like all the buzz about like their show not being shown, and then out of anything that replaces them, it's The Rock and Black Adam.
Oh, because Collision had the feet issue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is nuts.
they said The Rock made a phone call. My worst movie ever. Like
Huge pan shirt.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
But, anything you want to add in closing? Talk about?
I think it's gonna be a big weekend of wrestling, no matter how much or how little you guys watch. I really honestly hope that you guys have a lot of fun and still find time to enjoy your holiday, whether that's throwing hot dogs on the grill or a tri-tip or popping a few tops or anything like that. Like it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a big weekend for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a weekend like this in a while where it's both companies really doing something, which I like. Competition makes it better in a way. WWE would not be what it is now if it wasn't for AEW.
No, big time.
I don't mean like they still be the monster they are. I mean clicking on all cylinders like this. They'd have been going through the motions more.
That's it. We wouldn't have a Royal Rumble if it wasn't for a WCW pay-per-view. I mean, that's the only reason why the Royal Rumble came to be as a USA special.
Really? Pat Patterson's idea too.
Yeah, it was the very first Royal Rumble was the USA special to run against what did they? Gosh, it's like they had a Royal Rumble, but it was in a steel cage match.
World War III.
No, older than that. And the guys used to come out dressed like cowboys. Bunkhouse Stampede.
Pretty
sure is what it was. But yeah. And then
one time they did it on like a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they actually did one of those matches like 20 minutes from where I live for uncensored. They filmed it in a junkyard.
The very first uncensored.
It's now a drive-in movie theater here.
I watched it last summer. It is so bad, and I had so fond memories of that show being so good when I was a kid. There's a Nasty Boys Harlem Heat match that's really, really good, and everything else is just kind of there. Like there's no other way to put it, man.
Yeah, I watched, man, for the heck of it, I watched one of the last Nitros, and it was like an 8-foot steel cage. It was 8 feet, like 8 levels. And I was like, there's no way you could have paid me to get in there. I mean, they all trusted each other. I get it. And it was probably to promote Ready to Rumble too.
Well, they
oh my god,
war games in that cage one time, and Russo won it.
Yeah, he's the last champion.
Yeah,
great time in wrestling. But yeah, I concur with what Steve said. Have a good weekend if you're gonna watch some wrestling. Enjoy it. Watch some sports. It's a good time for both products.
You got Knicks and Pacers. There's tons of hockey on. There's tons.
So yeah, it's a good time in sports. And if you like baseball, go for that too.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything left. Anything else you want to add?
I'm all good, man. All good.
All right, man. So thanks for tuning in. You got any questions for us after? Drop them in the comments. More vlogs from me to come. Go to Steve's channel. He does a great job of doing synopsises and like where he thinks storylines are headed. So I definitely recommend go and check out Steve's WrestleMania stuff. He did some great stuff there. Glad I was able to be in part of it.
Oh, that was so much fun.
That was good. I was watching it again the other night, man.
That's really, really
And I was like, man, just like walking there from the hotel was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we could have walked out the back of our casino, around the pool, whatever, but it just was cool doing that road to Mandalay. I don't know. But all right, thanks everyone. And Steve, once again, thank you for coming on and giving your insight, man.
Oh, no worries. Anytime. I'm ready.
Thank you.